Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new TJ's World According to Wrestling. And I'm your host, TJ Wiggins. And of course, I'm here to talk to you about Monday Night Raw, NXT, and AEW Dynamite. So let's go ahead and get started. And of course, we go to Raw, and that means that there's going to be a goddamn 20-minute opening promo. But, actually, that's refreshing is that we start out with Damian Priest. He does a great promo of hyping the crowd and then, telling them they're all good, they're great, and how he's thankful that they're supporting him. But, we're dealing with the WWE here, so we're going to have a shit ton of interference. And here it comes with Sheamus. He interrupts, talking about how he's not good, he won the belt by a fluke because he beat him for the U.S. title. McIntyre comes out, and they both challenge for the U.S. title because... supposedly, it was been reported that Vince, changed his mind at the last minute and changed up the entire script. So I think that this is just a match to get everybody onto the show. And of course, Lashley and MVP interrupt. They challenge. They challenge for the U.S. title because Bobby Lashley is supposedly dead set on becoming a dual champion. And of course, RK Bro. They come out there and challenge Lashley for the world title while the tag belts are on the line. They set up a match. This set up two matches. There's Lashley and MVP versus RK Bro for the Raw tag belts. And then set up a triple threat match between Priest, McIntyre, and Sheamus. And, those belts will be defended on later in the show. And really the second thing of note that I'll talk about is the Viking Raiders. They get a win over Jinder Mahal and, one of the Stooges. I forgot what their name is. But I'm glad that they're getting a push. Even though they changed their names, the gimmick, but War Machine to me is fucking great. Hanson and Rowe. I believe that they're a fucking great tag team that can fucking tear the house down. I would love to see them against FTR. It would be absolutely beautiful. And then we get to our triple threat match for the U.S. title. And Priest retains in a great match. There are some good spots in the match. There wasn't really a whole, lot of stuff that was really out of place. It's just the only thing is that with triple threat matches, there's always some guy outside selling for an inordinate period of time. While the other two guys in the ring, do their shit and try to get a win. But Priest hits the reckoning on Drew McIntyre, and he pins Drew McIntyre. And I thought that was actually quite surprising, him putting Priest over, because I thought that was the reason why Sheamus would be in this triple threat match between Priest and McIntyre, so that way he could take the fall. But, that was actually surprising to see. We have Doudrop. She wins. That was good for her. And Killer Cross, or, Karrion Cross, beats Humberto Carrillo. We have Orton versus Riddle. Yeah, there we go. We have Orton versus Riddle taking on MVP and Lashley. Oh, never mind. Cross this out. I'm sorry. We have Omos beating Morrison because Morrison challenges Omos, which is completely fucking stupid. Morrison has goddamn better sense than that. But anyways, right after the match, Woods comes out there and Styles and Woods have a match. Styles make Woods taps out to the calf crusher yet again. But then that sets up the tag match between Orton and Riddle taking on MVP and Lashley while Styles is on commentary. And, Omos is in the back, doing his, giant heel stick or whatever. Orton and Riddle actually won this match, but the thing is that Omos and Styles were freely interfering. They were dragging people out of the ring, beating them up on the floor. And the referee didn't stop it. The referee didn't even count. They were when goddamn MVP and Riddle were lying in the middle of the ring, wasn't even counting. I mean, completely disregard the rules. But, I guess it wasn't called for in the script. So they're just going to completely disregard it. But, that was Monday Night Raw. We go over here to NXT. Had a good match, it's a tag match between Fabian Aichner and Marcel Bartel going up against Rockstar Spud, which, Drake Maverick. And while there, probably mispronounced that name, but Imperium hits the Imperium Bomb. And, they get the win. I'm glad they're getting a push. Because, they need to have a win ever since Walter lost the belts. That way they can remain strong. And O'Reilly beats Drake Hudson. It was a nice match. It's actually good pro wrestling at its finest. There's no fucking flips. O'Reilly showcased his MMA training with his knees. And he got the knee bar on Hudson that he'd been working the entire match. And Hudson tapped out. It's just great how it works like that. Ilya Dragunov came out there to do his promo about how amazing a match he had at NXT TakeOver. It was a good promo, and I can't wait to see if there's going to be another rematch. So that way they're going to have an Ilya versus Walter 3. Oh boy, I'm salivating at that match. That's going to be fucking great. And Eli Drake beats Johnny Gargano. He gets help, from, an unintended distraction of Gargano being distracted by fucking Dexter Lumis. A bunch of comedy bullshit with that. Just go ahead and fucking skip this. This is stupid. Next we have Raquel Gonzalez. She just beats a jobber. She beats the other chick in, the Robert Stone brand. That's not Taya Valkyrie. But, she gets a win. Apparently they're going to have a feud. I just want them to go ahead and get it over with. Get to Raquel Gonzalez versus Taya Valkyrie. Because, it's two big women, two big gals. And I like to see what they can do in the ring against each other. And next we have a great promo with Samoa Joe talking about how he will carry on the NXT title, carry on its legacy, get it back to its winning ways. And I can't wait to see how long this title reign is going to be. It's his third title, his third NXT title. It's his record-breaking title reign, and I would like to see it be carried to greatness. We have Roderick Strong issue an open challenge. That was answered by Fujimo, if I wrote that down correctly. And it was a good match for Strong for him to show what he can do. He was, hip tossing, showing his, supposed Diamond Mine MMA, training that he's been doing. And how, he's become a much smarter fighter instead of just more of a wrestler. And I believe, that's become a good mix of him and his matches. And Strong hit the end of Heartache backbreaker and he pinned him. And, that was the end of that. And next we have the main event against Ridge Holland and Tommaso Ciampa. And, of course, with a worker like Ciampa in there, it was a good match. The thing that was glaring to me is that Ciampa had Holland in the corner and he was throwing some fucking shitty forearms. He didn't even fucking hit his head. It didn't even hit anywhere near his head. But, Ciampa gets jumped by Pete Dunne, Oney Lorcan, and Danny Burch. Then MSK come out and they beat up Burch and Lorcan. And Well, Dunn takes power with both of them. And so I'm guessing that, they're going to work a tag program with Lorcan and Birch. Since they're the ones that they lost the tag belts to is MSK. I'm waiting to see if there's going to be another rematch between those two. I like Lorcan and Birch. I think they're a pretty decent tag team. I mean, they're not the greatest. But I believe they could do some good shit in there. I mean, goddamn, I think they're better than MSK. But that's NXT. And now we're going to go over to AEW Dynamite. And it actually wasn't quite bad. Especially this opening match. FTR versus Santana and Ortiz. Thank God, an actual fucking tag match between two teams that can actually fucking wrestle. It's absolutely amazing. Santana hits Dax with the Three Amigos. Then hit a frog splash and Dax kicked out. That should have been a fucking finish. I mean, I love both these tag teams. But goddamn, when you do the Three Amigos and then the frog splash to tribute Eddie Guerrero, that should be the goddamn finish. I believe Eddie would be pissed at that. But, my match has started with great expectations. It devolved into endless, double team spots. Where, they fucking kicked out of everything. They had a shatter machine. Didn't even count, didn't matter. Happened fucking forever. The referee didn't even try to count the other illegal man out. Finally, Santana went with the combination of a code breaker and super kick to Wheeler, I believe. And then he got pinned. And, that was the end of that match. Next, we have a CM Punk promo. And I think this is good. Just when you might have been getting tired of just seeing him, show his love for the crowd and support, he actually gets physical. Punk starts off acknowledging the crowd, how he loves them. He talks about how he's gone. He's in a fight. He's in a fight for his life. And Everrise jumps out and, start to beat down on Punk. Allen and Sting, they come in and make the save. And after that, Allen and CM Punk, they have a face-to-face showdown. Sting gets on the mic and says, he's going to be completely out of this match. He's going to be non-partial. And I can't wait to see that match. It's going to be fucking great. Speaking of promos, we got another promo with Jericho. And, he's being interviewed by JR. It's alright, but the thing is that what has he done to deserve a rematch? I mean, he got beat. He got beat fair and square. It doesn't make any sense. But, I guess just, that's what happens when you have a complete fucking idiot booking your show. Next we have, speaking of fucking ruining good things, we have Powerhouse Hobbs versus Cage. This is another example of why the big men slapping beef principle is a better idea than in fucking practice. Because this was just fucking ridiculous. This is like a goddamn newborn giraffe trying to figure out how to fucking walk. Because goddamn, they fucking tried to lead a match, they tried to run, and they just fell right on their ass and shit on themselves like a newborn baby. But in the end, he had Ricky Starks hit Cage with the belt again. And then Hobbs hits his finish. Excuse me. Hobbs hits the finish and he pins Cage. And Big Show has a confrontation with QT Marshall and the rest of the factory. The Gun Club come out there and make the save, and while, QT Marshall is fucking retreating and shit, Billy Gunn hits Big Show with a chair shot. He hits him in the hip, his surgically repaired hip, then he hits him right in the head. This fucking heel turn fucking came out of nowhere. I had no idea what happened. They didn't get on the mic or say anything. They didn't acknowledge anybody. They didn't even acknowledge QT Marshall. So I'm just wondering what the fuck's going to happen, with that, in the future. We're going to wait to see what happens with this next week. Next we have Tanara Conti beats Penelope Ford. And the main event, the final match, is an 8-man tag match of the Lucha Brothers and Jurassic Express taking on, the Good Brothers and the Dumb Fucks. And to be honest with you, who really fucking cares about this match? I mean, it has the Lucha Brothers. It has the Young Bucks that does more lucha than the Lucha Brothers. Because there's no psychology to this match. There's non-stop endless moves. But, it served its purpose. Whatever. Who cares? And I think it was... Yeah. It was the Lucha Brothers and Jurassic Express. They won. But, that's just to promote the match, that's going to happen this Sunday between the Lucha Brothers and the Young Bucks in the Steel Cage match. I thought they would just have a regular match to start things off. I don't understand why they would go directly to or towards a cage match. But, that's just how they are, booking in AEW. And hey, I can't wait to see what happens at AEW All Out, especially the match between Punk and Darby Allin. I believe that's going to be fantastic. I can't wait to see this match. But, we'll see. Thank you for listening, everybody. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And yet again, thank you all for listening. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.